Thanks for tuning in to Cipolla TV. This is our Freedom Friday podcast. This is Evangelist Cipolla. Today we're here to talk about the 13 human values to eliminate bullying effectively. The 13 human values to effectively eliminate bullying. Bullying has become a very problematic thing in our society, in the world as a whole. There's bullying going on everywhere. We are supposed to live in unity, in love, and in one accord with one another, but that hasn't been the case throughout. We have been experiencing bullying throughout the years, and even now, more now than before. And it makes you wonder, why is everybody bullying each other? Why is bullying becoming such an epidemic in our society? In the first part of the podcast for 13 human values to effectively eliminate bullying, I talked about the 10 part of the human values. So we're going to get on the 11th part. In the 10th part, I talked about compassion, kindness, empathy, integrity, peace, us being peacemakers, giving, love, loving ourselves so we can love one another. Loving ourselves starts from us taking the time to analyze ourselves, do that self-inventory, and then finding out who we are, and then accepting who we are. When we find out who we are, accepting who we are, now we can begin to love who we are. Enough to want to change the things that needs to be changed to make us a better person. Knowing our worth is the number one thing that we can do to love ourselves. It's the beginning of loving ourselves so that we can love others. Because we can only give what we have. We cannot give what we don't have. So we start with self-analysis, then self-acceptance, then self-love. And through this self-love, we can do self-care. We can care enough for ourselves. We can value our life to do the right things to make our life better. Healthy lifestyle choices, healthy meal choices, exercising, getting into nature to get some air and be better. Physically, emotionally, and mentally, spending time alone with ourselves, shutting out all the noise and being with ourselves so that we can learn how to love ourselves better, treat ourselves better, care for ourselves better. Having self-respect comes from us loving ourselves. If we love ourselves, we will respect ourselves. We will not do things to others when we don't wish them upon ourselves. We'll have self-control. All these attributes makes us a better person. And us being a better people, we can be better people to others. We will treat others with love, kindness, compassion. We'll be giving. We'll have empathy for one another. We'll have integrity. We will serve others. We'll have that spirit of servanthood. And that brings us to the self-leadership. Because when we can lead ourselves better, we can serve others and help them to become self-leaders themselves. We have work to do. Our children are bullying one another in schools. In our workplaces, we are bullying each other at the workplaces. We as adults are bullying each other in our workplaces, bullying each other in our communities, bullying each other at churches, bullying each other at many places. Everywhere we go as human beings, there is some sort of bullying going there. And that makes one wonder what is going on in our world. on our planet. It is very important for us as a human being to learn how to have a heart of forgiveness. We have to forgive one another when people wrong us. We have to be truthful people. We have to stop comparing ourselves to one another. Comparing ourselves to one another makes us begin to dislike ourselves, be jealous about the other people, feel like they're taking things away from us when that's not the case. When somebody is prospering or doing well in life, doesn't mean you're failing. That's their time. Your time will come. Do the necessary things that will move your life forward. Have a heart for forgiveness. Forgive yourself and so that you can forgive others. We have to forgive ourselves enough to get out of this self-condemnation that makes us give us the ticket to judge and condemn others. We should all be better people who make this world